If you want more focus, mental clarity, and momentum in your life, become incredibly selfish for the next 6 months. And no, I don't mean become some super self-centered, ultra-narcissistic person who just cares about themselves. I'm saying make yourself important in your own life. Start focusing on yourself and prioritizing your own thing so that you can give more back to others. Man, when I started to do this, when I really made this mindset shift in my own life, first of all, it surprised me how people reacted, because I sort of expected others to get upset at me that I'm now putting myself in front of them. Turns out, people's respect actually goes up for you when you do this. Now, I'm not exactly sure where my life is heading, but looking back, I think being selfish in this way that I'm talking about here for the last few years has really allowed me to now be more generous than before, be more valuable and useful for others. But you see, it's very hard to do that if you're constantly running around trying to please other people, if you're constantly feeling guilty about putting yourself first. I think a lot of us, we get caught in this idea of needing to have people like us and not wanting to let anyone down, this kind of thing. But what I realized is that if you're constantly running around trying to please other people, at some point you just end up drained and you can't actually contribute to other people's lives as much as you could. I think it's really important to learn how to be selfish so that you can be more generous. Now, how do you do this practically? There's a few points that I kind of wrote down that I think can help you if you want to do this in your life, if you want to become your most valuable version of yourself. The first thing is you need to know what you want. This is step 0. You really need to know what you want and what you're working towards in your life. This is crucial. If you don't decide, if you don't define to yourself what it is that you want, someone else is going to decide for you. And unfortunately, they're not going to have your best interests in mind. So, very important that you decide for yourself, what is it that you want? Make it clear to yourself. Write it down. Journal about this. Get really clear. What are the goals that you're working towards? What are the things that you want? What are the outcomes that you want to create in your life? The second thing I would recommend is start a project of your own and then prioritize working on that project every single day. Choose something you're interested in and then start working on a little project that's related to that interest. So for example, if you're into writing, maybe you start a little blog where you blog once a week. You make a blog post every week. Not for anyone else, not for your friends, not for any kind of validation from others. Do this for yourself, right? And I think what you'll find is when you do this, you'll start to feel a sense of direction in your life and you start to have more personal power within you. You start to feel more powerful within yourself. You start to feel more in control. And as another added bonus, you'll start to build skills. And those skills can then, in the long term, create a lot of value for other people. So, like, starting your own project might seem like a really selfish thing to do. Like, I'm just going to focus on my own project for the next 6 months and just prioritize that above others. Yeah, it seems selfish, but in the long term, that's like what you're going to then use to actually be able to create much more value and be much more helpful and generous to other people in the long term. And thirdly, what I would recommend is to start saying no more and actually get comfortable saying no to other people. A lot of us, we struggle to say no because we don't want to upset others. But again, turns out other people will actually respect you more if you say no, because it shows that you value your time and it shows that you have boundaries. Other people will appreciate that even if it's not what they wanted to hear in the moment. Okay, because it shows that you have a sense of self-respect for yourself. That's what it implies. You might want to make this a practice where you just say no to one person every single day. Like, make it a priority, put it into your calendar if you need to just say no to one person every single day. Start saying no as like default. That's your default answer when someone asks you for something. And another point, don't explain yourself, right? Don't say, I'd really want to help you with this. I'd really like to do it, but I'm really busy because I got this project. No. just say no. Just say no and watch what their response is. What you'll find is most of the time nobody's going to ask you for a reason. And people are just going to be like, oh, okay, I'll just get someone else to do it for me. Right? Simple. But this will save a lot of time in your life. This will save a lot of energy. And you'll start to feel more in control of your life. You'll start to feel more free. So those are the 3 points. I think that if you try them out, what you'll find is that you'll start to have a sense of direction in your life. You start to have more focus, more momentum, and you'll become more attractive as a person, as an individual. Recommend you try those out and let me know what you think. Post your experiences in the comments, why not? Or send me a message on my email. My email's in the description. You can send me a message if you want. I'll reply. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Have a good one. Take care.